Hello everyone, and a warm welcome. Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to all our dear parents. On behalf of Bachpan Play School, I'm very happy to introduce you the new initiative that is Bachpan Expert Ask, where experts meet the parents. So this series is specifically designed to bring trusted specialists to our parents, so you receive the right guidance at the right time for your child's growth. So today we are going to deal with an extremely important topic, and the topic name is impact on nutrition on learning, why the right food matters in early childhood. So today we are having Dr. Anushika ma'am. So we are honored to have today her with us. So yeah, ma'am. Uh,
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Anushika. I work at RIMS Hospital and I'm very excited to be here and I'm very thankful to get this opportunity to talk on the very important topic that is impact of nutrition on learning and why the right food is important in the early childhood. So
yeah. So on public demand, no, we had chosen this topic. So the thing is that we'll try to talk on creating a rounded diet for a child. So the first question will be, how can a balanced diet serve as a catalyst for brain development in children?
Balanced diet is very important for the growth and development of child, okay? And
Okay.
the as you mentioned, the catalyst in your question, what is a
Hmm.
catalyst? Catalyst is something that helps the process, overall process of growth and development. So there's no doubt that good balanced diet is important for the overall growth and development of a child. So,
Okay.
uh, so there's something called as a 1,000-day period. Okay.
Okay.
So what is a 1,000-day period? So starting from once the mother gets pregnant, from
Hmm.
that period to the second birthday of the child. So
Okay.
approximately it is a 1,000-day period.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in this 1,000-day period, 90% of our brain develops.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is why a balanced diet is important, especially in
Okay.
this period. So,
Yeah.
overall, what is a balanced diet? I'll come to the point. So,
Hmm.
balanced diet is something that should include all the proportions, like all the ingredients.
Hmm. Hmm.
Before going on the ingredients, I'll tell what it should actually include. Okay, it should include carbohydrates, proteins,
Hmm.
fats, and vitamins. So,
Okay.
all of this you get in the types of ingredients which I'm going to mention right now. There are basically five types. Okay, that is whole grains,
Okay.
pulses, fruits and vegetables, dairy and its products, and
Okay.
meat and poultry. Okay, all this
Yeah.
should be included in the overall diet. So,
Okay.
to simplify it in a very general term, so there's something called as a healthy plate.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you take a plate, you can divide it in four proportions. Okay.
Okay.
One fourth, one fourth, one fourth, and one fourth. So
Hmm.
in this, no, the five food items that I just mentioned, na, the ingredients. So
Yeah.
all of these should be included. So, so balanced diet doesn't mean that only once you're going to feed in a day, only once you're going to feed. No, it should
Hmm.
with the variety of food I told you, with this, the frequency also matters, okay? How
Okay.
frequent do you
Hmm.
feed your child?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so example, with the frequency like three times meals and two times snacks, like that.
Hmm.
That is how it should be,
Oh.
ideally. And
uh,
not just that, not with this, there are myths that, milk is like dairy products, buffalo milk, cow milk. It shouldn't be given more
Hmm.
often and all.
True.
No, no, it
Hmm.
it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Milk and
Hmm.
milk products should actually be a main part of the balanced diet. That
Okay.
is how it goes.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. So that should be very helpful information for the parents as well. So we'll move on to the next question. So that is, parents are more worried, about the child's cognitive growth. So
Mhm.
does food play important role during the early age, and or like, is there any specific dietary component that is crucial for cognitive growth of the child? Because these days I see so many
As
parents
I
coming to us and asking that my child, is not learning the things. They start comparing with others, and they feel that their child is
Mhm.
not, you know, up to the mark when it comes to the
Yeah.
studies, the thinking skills. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah. As I earlier mentioned, the 1,000 day period, this is when the 90% of the brain growth occurs, and
Hmm.
this is, this is this happens. I mean, the balanced diet is very important for this to occur. Overall, I'm telling.
Yeah.
So there's nothing called as, supplements for like increasing the cognitive capability of the child. The balanced diet could do it all. Okay.
Okay.
So if you provide a proper diet, nutritious diet to the child with in a proper proportion and at the frequent time, then that can help. And there are some superfoods, okay, which you can
Hmm.
include. Like
Hmm.
you can include walnuts, you can include flax seeds, you can include moringa, you can include iron enriched food items.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So
Hmm.
again, to increase the absorption of iron, again you have to give vitamin C food,
Yeah.
vitamin C containing food items like citrus fruits and all.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, that is how the you can help for the brain development and all. There's
Okay.
nothing called as, specifically we can give. If you
Hmm.
give
Hmm.
this food, then it'll increase.
Hmm. Hmm.
Your child will have more cognitive capabilities. No, then
Okay. But ensuring that balance diet definitely helps the child, I think, so in terms of the brain development, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that,
yeah,
okay,
yes.
okay. That was a great takeaway for the parent as well. Okay. So basically, you see the Tetra Packs juice, right, ma'am? So do you think that is that you see like a real Tetra Pak juice, like you find orange juice, lemon flavored juice. So do you
Yeah,
think actually in that the
yeah.
children's, would get vitamin C by, consuming that drinks?
No, see, whenever you buy some packs like that, the
Because
processed pack
the
kind.
reason why I asked you this question is I see so many parents, they see they buy the Tetra pack, the packed the foods, and they
Mm,
tell that this is good for them by just seeing that name tag like vitamin C or multivitamin drink or energy drink, right? So
but
what is
with that,
your
you
thought?
can.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
I don't think all of that is needed, okay? Because once you buy that, no, don't
Yes.
just see what is given on the label. I think you should also read what are the contents of the pack.
Hmm.
You'll see a lot of sugar content. You'll see preservatives. You'll see
Yes.
other other stuff also which is not at all needed. Okay,
Yeah.
they might have added vitamin C and a
Yeah.
real fruit juice or whatever, but there are other things also.
Hmm.
I don't think it should be even
Yeah. So you
added.
tell that vitamins available in Tetra Pak juice is not a vitamin itself, right? So that means like
Ha,
anything that is having additive in it, so that should not be ideally consumed by these children, basically. Because when we
yeah, but
prepare a juice in home, within an hour or 2 hours, that the taste of it changes. So if it is staying for 180 days
everything that
shelf
is
life, yeah,
yeah, that is what everything that is prepared in home I feel is healthy. I don't think anything processed from outside should be brought inside.
yeah.
Uh, we
Hmm.
can't. So I feel homemade balanced diet is better.
Yeah, parents, please note this point very clearly that stop buying the packed items, the sort of the advertisers have become very sharp these days that they advertise it in a wrong way. Like they say that as healthy, but our parents don't.
Yeah,
They also believe it and then they buy the things, but it turns out wrong. So yeah. So with
mm.
this, we have completed our first section, ma'am. So we'll move to the next section. So this is on sugar. Okay. So basically, what are the effects of sugar intake on attention and learning for these children at this early age?
Yeah. So increased sugar consumption. Actually, less than 2 years of age do not need sugar at all. Okay.
Okay.
So more than 2 years of age, you can limit the sugar intake to around 6 grams per day.
Okay.
I mean 25 grams per day. That is 6 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Six
Okay.
teaspoons, which is approximately around 25
Please,
grams.
it is
Nothing more than that.
teaspoons, not tablespoons, right?
Yeah, it is teaspoons, not
Teaspoon.
tablespoon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So increased sugar intake, there are studies, okay, that
Mm.
increased sugar intake can cause reduced focus, that is inattentiveness. Also, the cognitive capabilities which you were talking about will eventually
Yes.
decrease, okay. And the child
Okay.
might become hyperactive but inattentive,
Okay.
okay.
Understood.
So that is how sugar affects. Also, on a
Hmm.
long-term effects, if you see, if you don't limit the, consumption of sugar. So,
Hmm.
in a long term, you can see obesity. You can also see hypertension, other metabolic disorders such as diabetes mellitus kicking in early age only. Okay, especially
Yeah.
in the children who were having, sugars in the early childhood. So that is
Hmm.
how it affects. So sugars are not good.
Uh, Parents, please make a note of this as well. Stop buying them the chocolates. That is the reason in our
Yeah,
school, ma'am, we follow the junk-free environment. So we don't encourage the parents, even if it is a birthday also, we don't allow the chocolates in our school. We specifically ask them to either gift some pencils or a kind of to give them fruits
nice.
to others, right? So at least in the
That's a
school time,
great
at
idea.
least, yeah, at least in the school hours, we have to, we are trying to ensure that the child doesn't consume any sort of sugar. And the
Yeah.
next question is like, continuing to the earlier one. So, how to manage or
Hmm.
control the sugar intake for the child? Because children will definitely, wherever you see outside, so they find one or the other thing.
Yeah.
So, they want it to have.
Yeah.
So, sometimes parents, they try to do, few parents, but at the end of the day, they fail in doing that because children's, they
I know.
don't, allow, they, stick to that, they want it at any sort. So, like, how to deal, like,
I
how to
know.
control this thing is what the most of the parents had a query.
So I feel, you can give supplements of if your child is like craving for a lot of sweets and all. So
Okay.
instead of buying of the chocolates and ice creams or something, you can instead give them supplements. Like
Okay.
you can replace chocolates with dates. You can give jaggery instead, or you
Hmm.
can give some sweet fruits. You can give
Hmm.
banana. You can give
Yes.
muskmelon or juice, some
Natural
fruit juice
fruits.
sort of. Yeah. That will be a better option.
Yes. Yes. Sure. That should be, helpful for our parents. So next we'll move to the next section. So that is the hydration and its importance. Okay. The first question in this is,
Okay.
not only children's these days, I believe that even adults are also not having enough amount of water. Right. So how does,
Hmm.
maintaining proper hydration plays a role in sustaining focus and mental agility of the child?
Okay. Hydration is something very important. Okay.
Yeah.
Like staying hydrated not just is important for uh, the children, it is important for their parents as well. It's
Yes.
important for everyone.
Yes.
So, when dehydration kicks in, no, there are a chain of symptoms that follows. Okay.
Okay.
So, hydration overall is important. Again, the cognitive capabilities kick in. Here, if the child is not properly hydrated,
Yeah.
focus is reduced, your child will be
Yes.
irritated, very sluggish and all. So obviously whatever you teach, nothing is going to go in his brain or anything, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is how hydration is important. Also, uh, sometimes it is possible that while the child is playing or when the child is engaged into playful activities, child might forget to drink water. So you should ensure that your child is hydrated enough.
Okay.
So
So, what
that's
do you
it.
think the amount of water that a child should have per day? Okay.
Okay, that depends upon age group. Yeah. So also on the climatic conditions. Okay. So in this
Oh,
climate, in the
yeah.
present climate, usually kids tend to drink reduce less water. So it's
Yes.
okay.
Mm.
Ideally, I'll tell you, taking into consideration everything. Ideally, from less than 6 months, 6 months, no water, no water,
Oh,
only breast milk. Okay. From
okay.
6 months to 1 year, we can give like 120 ml of water per day. Like you can divide it into 30, 30, 30, and then you can
Okay.
give
Mm.
4 times a day till six
Yeah.
months to 1 year. And
Okay.
from 1 year to 3 years, you have to ideally give 4 glasses of water.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Four
Understood.
glasses per day. Then from 3 years to 8 years, 5 glasses. 5 glasses can do. And from 8 years, it is equivalent to as much as we adults should have. That is
Okay.
7 to 8 glass of water. Yeah, ideally.
Yeah, that's a very insightful explanation. Yeah, so we'll move to the next question. So, provide some tips to ensure parents that their children stay adequately hydrated, especially throughout the day. So that is a big task for them again. So,
Yeah.
what are the tips that suggest us for the parents to ensure that they are properly hydrated throughout the day?
Mm. Okay. You can make it visually attractive, Like you can
Okay.
actually change the color, like not like adding color additives and all. No, you
Hmm.
can add some beetroot juices or
Okay.
mint leaves, or
Yes.
sliced orange slice you can keep so that
Hmm.
you can make
So
it
infused
appear.
water, you meant like add.
Yeah, yeah, infused water, right.
Okay.
And
Understood.
also, not just that, the containers also, like in a
Hmm.
very classic, very beautiful cup you can give, or
Hmm.
in the water bottles that have their favorite cartoon characters. That are all
Okay.
you can,
Yes. So you
yeah,
mentioned for a 2 to 6 year age group. So basically, you meant 4 glasses per day. Okay. But what happens in our
yeah.
school is we see very 2 to 3 liters bottle parents send for a child and they expect them to finish it in the school hours. So you know. So basically, parents, this is a point that you have to note down. This 4 glasses is highly enough for a child per day. So that
For
is throughout
in
the
a
day,
day,
not in the
yeah,
only school hours. So ensure that you don't send the big,
yeah,
big bottles and expect that a child to finish it in the school time, right? So
mm,
that is the thing.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll move to the next section, that is supplements, yay or nay. So, in this, should nutritional
Okay.
supplements be used to children, or are there any associated risks, that parents should be
Mhm.
aware of?
Supplements, okay.
Yes.
Because according to me, a balanced diet provides it all. You don't need to
Hmm.
additionally add anything.
Yeah.
So, when actually the supplementation, extra supplementation of nutrients, minerals, or vitamins is required, when your child actually shows the signs of its deficiency, okay, only then you need to give them. And also, when your pediatrician or expert doctor advises you to. Otherwise, I don't think you should give if somebody else's mom is giving it, then I should also give it to my child. No, it doesn't work like that. Even if you try and give it, no, your child's body is anyway going to eliminate it. It'll take only as much as it needs, okay? Other than that, it is going to be eliminated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just don't give. I don't think it is a very good. Uh,
Uh,
I don't think it should be given at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just continuing to this, so can supplements be considered as complementary? So few parents, they every day they mix the powders, the supplement powders like Gridzo and all these things. They mix into the milk and then they provide it to their children. So they think that is healthy. It gives some vitamins to the child. So what I think is whatever is required, it has to be in the food that which they intake. So it's not we are just giving this in some other source that like in a form of tablet, which
Mm.
is actually not required, I think. So what is your
No.
opinion in this? Is this considered as can this be considered as a complementary? Uh,
I wanted to mention this. Uh, Balanced diet means like whatever you're giving, in whatever proportions we are giving, it also includes the hygiene that we'll talk about it later. But
okay.
with that, how it is given, in what form it is given, how much it is cooked. Okay. If it is cooked too much, all the nutrients, proteins, whatever is there, it will break off. Okay. Even if you give it, there's no use, I'm telling. So, in
Okay.
how much
Hmm.
it should be cooked, how it should be given, all of these also come into consideration. So, when your child actually shows some signs such as, his child is he's a picky eater and his weight is not gaining or her height is not increasing and all. I think that is when you should actually include complementary feeding or complements. I mean, supplements or whatever. I don't think other than that you need to.
Okay. So you mean that when deficiency is found, only then you are, supposed to take them.
Yeah.
But in a day-to-day
Mm.
thing, it is not required, right? Yeah.
No. And it should be advised by a pediatrician.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very important point, actually. Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
with
Mm.
this, we are, our 4 sessions have been completed. So we'll now move to the audience question. We had shared a form, ma'am, for the parents that, we have,
Okay.
tried to collect all the queries, whatever our parents were having. So I'll be,
Okay.
asking you one by one, so we can probably,
Mhm.
address those queries right now. Okay. The first question from the parents was, how often should children's
Okay.
nutritional needs to be assessed, and who should parents consult for proper dietary advice for cognitive
Mhm.
development of their child?
Yeah. So, yeah, it is very important to assess the proper growth and development of your child. Okay, that's a very
Okay.
good question, and you should actually be curious about the development of your
Yeah.
children.
Hmm.
So it depends upon age group. Okay, so
Okay.
if your child is in the first year of the life, that is in
Hmm.
the first year, that then you have to ideally show 4 times about like in the first 3 months, then 6 months, then 9 months, and then 12 months.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
every 3 months gap you
Every
have to show
quarter they have
once.
to consult the doctor. Done.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, how do they assess your child's growth? Like, how you should assess? So you should keep into mind the height and weight, obviously, which is a very
Hmm.
common question, the height and the weight of the child, which has a standard values according to the age and the weight of the child. Also, parents' height and all also is considered in it. Okay,
Okay.
if the parents are like very, very stunted, you are
Hmm.
obviously
Hmm.
your child is going to have a short stature. And if your parents are very tall, your child is also going to have a tall stature.
Okay.
So that is how it works. So
Hmm.
yeah, in the first year, this like after three
Every
months, you have
three
to
months
go
they
to a
have to consult.
pediatrician.
Okay.
Yeah, assessment ideally,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
after 1 year, yearly if you go, it's
That should
fine.
be
I feel.
fine.
So
Okay. Done.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So how do they assess? I'll tell. So there are something called as growth charts. Okay, there are
Okay.
growth charts for height for age, and weight for age. Then weight for height. These are the growth charts.
Okay.
So they actually plot your child's growth. I mean, your child's height or weight for the appropriate age, and then
Okay.
they'll tell you if your child is appropriate for that age and all, and they'll be like, yeah, your child is appropriate for the age. Yeah, your child's height or weight is appropriate for the age, and you don't need to worry about. And then if it
Okay.
is there's some deficiency or your child is
Hmm.
lagging into height or weight, so the
Hmm.
pediatrician will tell you that yeah, this is the deficiency, so you have to increase the food intake. So that is
Okay.
how it is going to be covered. So this will
Okay.
be told by a
Hmm.
pediatrician only.
Okay.
But how, in what form of the food items, what food items to be taken also is told by a pediatrician. But how, in what form, how frequent and all will be told by a dietitian. So yeah, you have
Okay.
to
Hmm.
consult both.
Done. Done. Great. That's, that really clarifies it. Yeah. We'll move on to the next question. What is the ideal amount of salt consumption that parents should maintain for their child?
Okay, again, it depends upon the age group. Okay,
Okay.
so
Hmm.
less than 1 year, you don't have to give. salt
Hmm.
or salt and stuff. So
Hmm.
from 1 to 2 years, so you can give 0.5 grams per day only,
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
and more than 2 years, 1 gram per day is fine.
Okay. I think whenever parents go out for a movie, that day, all this, whatever you told, the salt into 10 to 100 times, 100x of amount of
Yeah.
salt would be considered in one single popcorn, right? So it's
Yeah,
so
I do. That is what I'm telling. Whenever you buy food items, no, you just try to read the label. Once you'll get to
yeah.
know, it's like double the amount of what your child is supposed to eat in a day.
Yeah.
So
So please make a note of this. So because sugar and salt is something that we have to, keep it in a control. This is a right age where the
mm,
child's brain is developing, his neurons are getting
mm,
connected, and it is very important those
yeah,
neurons get properly connected, right? So yes, ma'am. So
yeah.
we'll move on to the next question. So one more question was like, uh, no, my child is very picky with food, and it's difficult to feed him a balanced
Okay.
diet. So how do I tackle this? This is a question from a parent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So picky eating is actually a concern of lot of patients.
Yes, a
Parents.
very
Sorry,
important,
parents.
I think this most of the parents would be having this concern. So this is a very important
Yeah.
question, I feel. Yeah.
So, there might be some basic reasons also, okay? It
Hmm.
can be related to the parents only, first thing, if we see, because there's something called as mom's guilt. So
Hmm.
moms will always be like, how much ever they feed their child, they'll be like, my child is not eating only. How much ever the child is,
Very.
they'll be like, no, he's not eating.
Yeah.
And also there might be, you're just giving a lot of food, I feel sometimes. So
They'll be back
that's
of
why
them all the time, feeding them with.
always,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's something called as distraction eating also. These here I see a lot of patients. I mean, a lot of in our hospital also they'll be like they'll keep phone in front of the child and then they'll be feeding. How the child doesn't know only what it is eating first thing. They're
Yes.
just putting
Yes.
in and it is going into the gut. The
Yeah.
child is just swallowing it. How will the satiety be fulfilled? And
True.
uh,
True. True.
so
Yeah.
so that
Hmm.
that might be the cause of. I think distraction eating might be the cause of picky eating. A mom's guilt
Okay.
might also be. And
True. True.
also, yeah, also there might be some obvious causes for picky eating, okay?
Hmm.
Like you should, when you need a help of a pediatrician, like if your child's weight is not, I mean, your child's weight is not appropriate to the age, or if your
Hmm.
child's
Hmm.
height is not growing, it's just the same, then
Stagnant.
I
Hmm.
think that is that is when the picky eating is an issue. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So very well said. I see parents during the lunch. We have a short break in the school. Almost 3 to 4 hours is a
Mhm.
school time. So we'll just have 15-minute short break. It is just meant to have a snacks break. Parents send 2 to 3 lunch boxes per child. With so with no the rice will be fully packed in it. So there's no. So I find it like again parents come back to us telling that like my child has not completed his lunch or the box. So I think this should definitely address for them. So this
Yeah,
should give it is very important we don't wantedly feed the child that is not
yeah,
required when it is
no,
actually. Yeah.
that's forceful feeding. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Very well said, ma'am. The next question is one child has stomach pain for almost 2 months. Okay. Whatever she eats, she immediately, goes to the washroom. So no outside food is
Mhm.
given for that child. So the loose stools are happening. So
Mhm.
why do small children
Okay.
get this, stomach pain very frequently or very often? And when should parent take them to the doctor? And any simple home remedies for this to eradicate.
Okay. Okay. So, see, stomach pain from 2 months is not normal, first thing. And
Yes.
stomach pain, if it is increasing in severity, if it is increasing in frequency, I'll tell you what I mean. That is, If today your child is complaining of stomach pain, she went to the washroom, she came back. But
Okay.
tomorrow she's not able to sleep. She's just constantly complaining of stomach pain. She's not
Mm-hmm.
able to sleep, eat. She's not playing also.
Okay.
She's just only crying and complaining about stomach pain. Like it means it has increased in severity, and
Yes. Mm.
frequently she's complaining. So this is
Mm-hmm.
the time when you have to take her to a doctor. Okay.
Okay.
And also, if it is associated with fever, uh, vomiting, loose stools, I
Mm.
think, and there are other associated factors also with
Mm.
stomach pain. If there's a familial history of intolerance to some food items,
Mm-hmm.
lactose intolerance and all, it's very common,
Yes.
no, these
Yes.
days.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that can also can be the cause of stomach pain, I feel. So you
Okay.
since 2 months, also the duration you see the 2 months thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it is normal, and I think they should take her or him to the pediatrician. Yeah.
Okay. No, no. And any simple home remedies do you suggest for this? Like for parents?
For the 2 months thing, there's no home remedy, there's a doctor only. And
Yes.
otherwise, also stomach pain, no. Sometimes the child might need your attention, and that's why they're complaining of stomach pain. Give attention.
Yes.
Or otherwise, it can be, reduce spicy food, oily food, and
Yes.
all.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you give some soft diet like banana and like
Mm-hmm.
curd rice, I think that can help with the stomach pain otherwise.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
done,
give
done.
a lot of fluids also.
Yes, yes. Okay, then
Yeah.
noted. We'll move to the next question. Can we give millets to the small children? It is said that millets cause body heat. Is it true?
No, it's not
Okay.
true. Millets
Okay.
are one of the important part of what I mentioned, the balanced diet and the food
Okay.
ingredients I told you.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
yes.
one of them was millets also. So it should not, there's no study that shows it
Mhm.
increases the body heat or anything. I don't think that's true. So
Okay,
it should
done.
be included, yes.
Okay, done. Next question is,
Mm.
no, one child eats, the vibhuti, so sometimes and then complains of stomach pain. Like why I see so many, childrens they eat stones, mud, whatever they get into the hand.
Yeah.
So they are getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the parents are not
Mm-hmm.
there, they try to have those things. Why is that?
Yeah.
No, why does children show that interest in having those sort of things?
Thing which is not to be neglected, first
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
Eating vibhuti, it is not a consumable thing, first thing, right?
Yes.
So it shouldn't be eaten because it can obviously contain a lot of impurities, lot of
Yes.
chemicals which can interfere with your child's digestion and all. So obviously he or she is going to complain of stomach ache first thing. And yeah, it's not normal. So it is one of the symptoms of something called as pica. Okay.
Okay.
Pica
Mm-hmm.
is consuming something which is not consumable, like
Okay.
mud,
Mm-hmm.
chalk, like this vibhuti,
Stones.
paints
Yeah.
also people
Paints.
scratch and
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
On the.
kids eat.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the chalk also, chalk and all.
True. True.
It's so
Okay.
it's a symptom of pica which is due to iron deficiency. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so iron deficiency in your child's body gets that urge in him or her to, just consume of whatever.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
you.
it's not
So
normal and you have to consult a
done.
doctor.
Done.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah. We'll move to the next question. Some children have tight motions, like hard stools, and sometimes they get small fissures. Like, why do you think this happens for the children?
Fissures, okay. Yeah, so tight stools, I'll tell. It might be commonly because of reduced fluid intake. It can be because of reduced consumption of fiber
Okay.
containing food
Mm-hmm.
items.
Hmm.
And uh, when you eat less also maybe that time also it can happen.
Okay.
If your child is holding the stool for a longer time, If your
Okay.
child is busy in playing and not going to pass stools
Mm-hmm.
and all, so that time also, this can also cause hard stools, and hard stools is another cause for fissures. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a this also should be, if still after giving a good amount of fluids and giving good amount of fibrous food, still
Mm-hmm.
your child is facing the same difficulty. I think that time you have to take him or her to the doctor.
So
And if already fishes are sick, take him or her immediately.
okay. So for all these things, the one common point is balanced diet, is what you meant,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
fibers, carbohydrates, proteins, everything. Yeah.
Everything. Right.
Fibers are, generally we get fibers from the raw vegetables and fruits. So
Okay.
if we consume nice raw vegetables and fruits,
Mm-hmm.
enough fiber. Fibers initially help to soften the stool, okay? Stool.
Mm-hmm.
So that your child can easily, so that it easily passes from your gut and then
Okay.
it is
Done.
excreted and all that. That is how
And
it happens.
okay. Okay, ma'am. So the next question is, one child is not interested in eating anything, not even fruits, but only junk food. Like, what do you think?
Why are you buying the junk food? Don't buy the junk food. Your child will eventually be hungry and the child will eat whatever you have prepared. Don't buy. That is the
So
only
you are
key
the
answer I can
parents are
give.
the one, they are the culprits actually. They buy so if they don't buy, then
Ah,
there is nothing the child, how will he consume? So they are the one who
I
support
know.
it, right? Yeah, yeah. True, ma'am, very well. So next question is like, a child is not gaining weight even since 1 year. This is happening for the child. It's been almost 1 year, but still
Okay.
they're not, he's not gaining the weight. What might,
Mhm.
why this might be happening in the children's?
Okay. There are a lot of causes for reduced weight gain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, reduced weight gain is a very great concern, and I think that also should be answered by I mean, it should be investigated and assessed. Okay. So, it is
Okay.
better if it is done by a pediatrician. You have to take him
Okay.
or her to the pediatrician. Yeah,
That
it should be
and
addressed. It should not be neglected.
that okay, understood. So, ma'am, like I see few parents, like they provide the supplements like Pediasure, all these things to for their bone
Yeah.
health and their height, to for gaining height. Do you think like is that really required? Or just out of curiosity, I got this question. Like, uh,
Yeah. Yeah, as I initially told you, sir, that
hmm
mm, balanced diet should give it all to your child. Okay,
okay,
you don't additionally need to. Your body is not going to use it only. The
yes,
body will use what it is needed. Like you can give this when you're advised to, like I
okay,
mentioned.
mm-hmm.
Otherwise, otherwise, even if you're giving no, maybe some of it might be used. If you're giving a properly cooked food in a proper amount of time, in a very good hygienic conditions, and
Then that should be highly
then I
enough.
don't think
Yes,
enough.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Done. Understood. So, ma'am, what are the best foods to help children, gain healthy weight?
Why is weight gain so important in see, if your child is having good appetite, first thing, okay,
Hmm.
your child is playful, your child is gaining what weight is required for the whatever age group for your child, that weight and that height, if your child has already
I,
achieved, I
hmm.
don't think extra weight gain. Why do you want to give a lot of weight? You don't want your child to play. You want your child to sit aside and just scroll phone or what? Why do you want your child to gain weight simply? If
Yeah.
see, get your child assessed for the appropriate age group. If your child is having that amount of weight and height, if it is correct, then just don't think of it. That is what I want to
Uh,
say.
Understood, ma'am. So next question is, can we give multivitamin supplements like 21 multivitamin, 100% RDA, protein and DHA, calcium milk mixes, no sugar, no gluten, no preservatives, no malt. This is how the advertisers sell. So
Yeah.
for their brain development and immunity, do you think are these, are parents required to give this to the children? I think this we
Uh,
already dealt with
I
earlier as well. So.
yeah. Yeah, but if still you're interested, like I mentioned, you can
Mm-hmm.
include walnuts, flax seeds, moringas,
Mm-hmm.
and iron-rich food. Eggs for the nice protein and all. If you want to give calcium, you can give milk.
Yeah.
When you're avoiding these things, simply you're adding all of this.
Yes,
It
yes.
is not
We
going
already have
to,
it in our homes, but still we buy something creative by
yeah,
seeing that no sugar,
yeah,
no gluten. That no advertisers have become
yeah.
as I even mentioned earlier. Also, they've become smart. So they, you know,
Mm,
know, there is some convincing point that they touch for the parents. So that is where parents
yeah.
ended up buying the this sort of
Emotionally,
products.
they attract
Yes,
like this.
true. Yeah. So next question is like, how can parents, naturally increase immunity in small children? At this early age group children, the immunity part, like.
Okay. Yeah. So first thing I'll say immunization. Immunization, that is
Yes.
vaccination.
True.
Vaccination is very important. And as your
Mm-hmm.
kids are in the play group thing, so see that your child is vaccinated as per schedule. It will be already given. So see that not even one dose is missed. Don't I swear I'm not like simply bluffing. I'm very serious about it. So
Yes.
see
Yes.
that your child is vaccinated as per schedule, okay? Not even
Okay.
one vaccination should be missed. Even if it is missed, you can consult the pediatrician about the particular vaccine and you can again get it done. There are ways to get the vaccination done, okay? That is the first
Okay.
thing. Second thing, again, the very rounded balanced diet,
Hmm.
which is our core topic. This is important. And what else? Nice hydration and all.
Okay.
Good sleep. Good sleep
Good
also
sleep.
is
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah. The next question is, which is better for younger children, veg food or non-veg food? Is this, giving non-veg food at this early age? Few parents are having a query that, will that cause for, something for the child's age or something? So, what is your opinion on this?
I don't think there's any superiority like I can consider between veg and non-veg food.
Hmm.
There's both are equally important. If you're vegetarian, there are vegetarian sources of particular nutrients and whatever. If
Yes.
you're non-vegetarian, there are direct sources. That's
Okay.
all. So I
Done.
think it's okay. Your wish. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Next question, ma'am. No, why are children's getting tooth decay, so early these days? This cavity issues.
Okay. So first thing, obviously, you guys are giving, you
Mhm.
being the parents are giving nice chocolates and ice
They
creams.
will never
That
accept
might be the
this. They
prime.
either come on the school, so they never accept their mistake. They always tell that yes, this is something. No, child is it. This is it. They make the child in that way, and they
Mm.
complain about the child, right? So yeah. So what is your opinion, ma'am?
One
Like,
of the reasons.
yes.
Yeah. One of the reason might be the, chocolates, ice creams and whatever. And the
Okay.
other reason might be uh, not brushing teeth, obviously. Like a child, if it is not
Hmm.
brushing properly, because food particles tend to stay on the teeth, no? So
Hmm,
obviously,
hmm,
which will
hmm.
further lead to decay. So
Okay.
at least twice a day, brushing should be there,
Is
morning
recommended.
and night.
Okay. Done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And sticky foods, avoiding sticky
Hmm,
food. There
hmm,
are
hmm.
some sticky foods, no, which you just stick on the
Yes,
tooth and
yes.
then they don't
Hmm.
tend to go and then that might
Yeah.
cause decay also. So yeah, these are the common factors I feel for the tooth
Okay.
decay.
Understood. Yeah. So next question is, my child gets cold, cough frequently, and which foods
Okay.
increase this, and which foods reduce it?
See, this is not very common, okay? This shouldn't be happening because getting cold and cough more frequently means your child's immunity is reduced. Okay,
Yeah. Oh.
like in a month, your child is falling sick for like 2, 3 times per month.
Mm-hmm.
Also, falling sick is not common.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because after your child has fallen sick once, your
Hmm.
child's body produces that amount of immunity, and again, even if the child is exposed to the same pathogens, uh, your child will not fall sick because your child's body has produced that amount of immunity. But still,
Okay.
if your child is again falling sick, then your child's immunity is compromised, and then you have to take him or
Hmm.
her to the doctor.
So I would like to tell one statement, continuing to the earlier question that, the food should not run behind the child, the child should run behind the food. On this note, I see, every parent's problem today, in my, even parents come to us, they tell us that every child
Mm.
is of the
Mm-hmm.
same way where the parents are supposed to give them the phone or any TV, they have to keep it on. Only then the child will start eating. So without this,
Yeah.
these things, if they're not going to keep all these things in front of him, he's not going to have his food. So what do you think,
Hmm.
like, why, how to eradicate this or how to tackle the situation by a parent?
Okay. I'll try to answer it in a little creative way. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you, this is a very common concern these days also.
Yes.
So, this is called as distraction eating. Like you just which I just mentioned a few minutes ago, the
Yeah.
distracting eating.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is one of the reasons why your child is getting picky with the food items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you what we can do is this is something not very healthy. Okay. Uh, just simply feeding your child. This is going to be a cycle because they are
Yes.
distracted. You're simply feeding. They're distracted. That's why they're not eating. First thing.
True.
So
Very true.
take
Mm-hmm.
away the distractions. Take away the distractions. Make your child more engaging with the food. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can make food visually attractive, or you can reduce the quantity of food and make it more energy dense also. Yeah, I'll tell
Yes.
all these points. Okay.
Okay. And one last question, post that we can wind up the session. So it is like, do you think like foods like almond, walnuts actually help with brain development for the child? And if yes,
Okay.
what is the right age to start with it?
Okay. Yeah, almonds and walnuts do help with the brain development. That's because they contain some of the essential micronutrients. I
Oh,
mean, some of the essential nutrients, not
oh,
micronutrients, nutrients. That
hmm.
is omega-3 fatty acids, as we mentioned, which is walnuts are the great source of omega-3 fatty acids
Yes.
again. And
Hmm.
yeah, walnuts and almonds and other nuts also should be included. And the age group is, see, after 6 months, you can start complementary feeding. That is, you can start feeding liquid food to the
Okay.
child. Like you can crush of those nuts, and then you can make it like in a powder or mix it in some milk, and then you can feed the child from the 6 months only. Okay.
Okay.
You can't directly feed them, or even the 1 year child, you can't directly feed into the mouth because there are hazards of choking. So
Okay.
we can't
Hmm.
do that.
Yeah.
After 2 years and all, we can make them eat the way we eat it. Like they can chew and eat it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, understood, ma'am. Thank you so much. So with this, we have, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Doc, for such a valuable and, practical session. I think most of our parents, the queries, whatever they had, would be, I think they would have understood now by this time. So your guidance has truly clarified so many doubts that parents face daily in their, homes. So from eating habits and to brain development to hydration, supplements, and overall, nutrition. So I think they've got a clear idea now how to do the things and all this thing. So a big thank you to
Yeah.
all our
I
parents
hope.
as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, for joining us in and showing such an active participation. So, and this is just the beginning of our Bachpan Expert Hour. So, where expert meets a parent. So we will continue bringing more experts and meaningful sessions that support your, parenting journey. So if you still have any queries, please feel free to message us or drop over WhatsApp. We will get with addressed in the next expert hour. So thank you so much. Thank you once again, parents. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, ma'am.